Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running.
Andrei Shevchenko, Peter, is a player who can hurt you in so many different ways.
Striking all-rounder.
Yeah, he's got the pace to get in behind, he's got the power, he's got the aerial ability, the versatility, the work rate. He's got it all.
One of the greatest strikers of all time, surely.
Very true.
Good ball, good take. Good claim, no margin for error there. Yamal is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Not the most accurate pass, and it's Zanetti. And this is Chance! He's scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. It's a promising position. Ball comes in. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And that was very necessary. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Beckenbauer promptly onto that, and that is that. Rijkaard. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. That's great positioning, so good from him.
Zanetti, and this is Shevchenko. Oh, good-looking ball. Foot in. Gerrard. Now it's Shevchenko. First quarter of an hour gone. And it's Berbatov. And the pass is intercepted.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And here's Yamal. Rijkaard. Gerrard purring through the gears. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball. Cross needs to be good. Out towards the flank. Now, can they get him away? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Yamal, who does have an assist to his name. Berbatov. Rijkaard. And Zanetti. Oh, that's well spotted. Dixon. And it's Gerrard. And here's Shevchenko. Shevchenko! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And here's Yamal. Oh, good read. Rijkaard. Yamal. Showing great feet there. That has been cut. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Baresi spots it and intercepts. Ronaldinho. And this is Shevchenko. Wriggles his way through. Shevchenko powering forward here. That's destined for the flank. Now it's Ronaldinho. What a throw in. Howson. And here's Yamal. Oh, nicely intercepted. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Gerrard.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
And it's Zanetti. Neymar. He has found the way through. Good challenge. Excellent challenge. Oh, the movement is slick. The speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. "40 minutes gone. Half-time closing in. Can he latch on to this? Ronaldinho. Roberto Carlos. And here's Ronaldinho. Oh, well played. Yamal looking for the run. Berbatov providing an outlet on that flank. Now there's a fine ball. Roberto Carlos.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Now it's Roberto Carlos. He is through here. He's found some space. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the supports have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. Down to business again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Now it's Shevchenko. Great vision.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Marquinhos. Rijkaard. Here's the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. That pass has been well intercepted. No, that's been intercepted. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Internacional clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Well read, and the danger is averted. Roberto Carlos is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
He's having a shot! It's in! And this is getting better and better. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Substituição em campo. Camisa 7.
So we have movement on both benches. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up. Internacional are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Roberto Carlos. Defending was strong and firm. And it's Ronaldinho.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Cafu. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Van Nistelrooy tries to thread one through. The less said about that pass, the better. Mbappe! Oh, outsmarting him this time. Batistuta is herring after that one. Now it's Gerrard. Played into space. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Threads one in. Now it's Ronaldinho. Baresi. Gerrard. It's Gerrard! Good strike, quite an alarm. Silvestre. And it's Rijkaard. Antonetti. Marquinhos. Silvestre. Just about up to 75 minutes. Rijkaard. Yamal receives it in a wide position. And it's Roberto Carlos. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that looks a cracking ball. Mbappe with shot at goal! And the keeper couldn't hold it. Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are disappearing out of sight. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
A case now of takes a shot! And that's a tidy finish. This day becomes absolutely perfect, utterly ideal. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment. And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all.
Voluntários de cada bloco dirijam-se à sala de pessoal imediatamente.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Shevchenko unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He'll try from distance! Now goes for a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Shevchenko clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Now it's Inzaghi. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And here's the chance to counter. Now it's Ronaldinho. Now it's Gerrard. Andrei Shevchenko, Jim. European Player of the Year, League winner, European champion, the top scorer in Italy on more than one occasion. It's an extraordinary list of achievements.
It certainly is. He really was the deadliest striker around. Absolutely lethal.
Goal scorer, match winner, national treasure. He is all of those things and much, much more. Quarter of an hour played. Out of play for a throw. Ah, good steal, he just read it. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He is through here! No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Now it's Inzaghi. And this is Gerrard. He's got away. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Played back. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Mbappe! Goal! Palmeiras! And Palmeiras score first! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Chiellini deals with that comfortably. Now it's Inzaghi. Oh, that's nice. Matheus Cunha. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Rijkaard.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
30 minutes gone. And it's Gerrard. Gerrard driving forwards. That's an excellent interception. Now it's Inzaghi. Now it's Inzaghi. He steps in, and that's the end of that. That has been slung wide. Searching pass he's played there. Mbappe wants to run onto this. And that has been knocked clear. Done delicately. Silvestre promptly onto that, and that is that.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Dixon.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
And Shevchenko! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there.
And that signals the end of the first period. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes and we'll be back with the second very soon. So, into the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And here's Mbappe. Well read, nice interception. Looking for the run. That has not gone well. Gerrard. Palmeiras have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational. Gerrard! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, super ball! Well, now it's a race for the ball, and that has left him in a heap. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Gerrard. It's a really well-measured ball. And it's Gerrard. Pass somewhat off target. Ronaldinho. Gerrard. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Palmeiras have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Silvestre cuts out the pass.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Yamal. It'll be a throw-in. And that's definitely not his best. That is good progress on the left. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Now it's Shevchenko. Rijkaard. Driving on and making good progress. Well timed, excellent interception. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Tries to play it through, and this is Gerrard.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Great vision. And Shevchenko! And a neat finish. Do not write them off. Back they come. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
substituição no time do Palmeiras.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be
Inzaghi! And he nearly went all the way.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Now it's Inzaghi. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Gerrard really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Closing in on goal. It's Neymar! And how did he not put that away?
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
And here's Neymar.
Palmeiras clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
No, he refuses to take the bait. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Inzaghi. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? Neymar! Oh, no, that could be a costly miss. And we have our very first corner. Neymar with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's well positioned here. Played with speed from back to front. And here's Gerrard.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Well, it goes to show you there's a lot you can do if you have willing runners like that. You'll always get that chance. And it's quite direct on them. It's actually quite long from back to front.
Picked out brilliantly. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. No foul, says the referee. Now it's Mbappe, and he's managed to get free. Now it's Batistuta. It's Azar! So close, but that is as good as it gets. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's away we go then. Well, plenty has been said and written about Steven Gerrard's many talents, but if you had to pick out one strength in particular, Jim, what would that be?
His never-say-die leadership, something that's shone through in so many crucial moments.
And it's about more than just the critical goals he's scored down the years.
It's about having the strength to keep going no matter what, and the ability to inspire your teammates to do the same.
And he's whipped it across. Defending of the desperate variety. Pelé. That's really well cleared. Great defending, strong and determined. Gerrard with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Looks to the other side. Oh, that's clever. And the finish! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Barcelona have fired themselves in front.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
And he was quick to react. And it's Gerrard. And here's Shevchenko. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Seedorf is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Pelé! It's anyone's ball now. Oh, he's been caught napping. Played in by Saviola. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Ronaldinho. He won't be happy with that one. Now it's Pelé. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Rijkaard gets a foot in here.
Barcelona really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
There's the delivery. Buffon claims comfortably. Well, that is one way to stop him. Tries to pass it through.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
Wriggles his way through. He's shifting through the gears here. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Barcelona with the corner. They're first. He's rising! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Rijkaard really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
He's found a way through. Zanetti cuts out the pass. And now they can clear their lines. And that's another good win of the ball. Davids. And that was asking for too much. Gerrard. Thuram. Now it's Eto'o. Well read, nice interception.
Are certainly playing with...
And the referee has signalled for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. Away we go again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible.
Oh, he's tripped him right on the cusp of the penalty area. No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. Beckenbauer has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Gerrard. And he's gone searching crossfield.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Nicely weighted ball. That is good strength. Thuram produces the perfect tackle there. And he was alert to it. Davids played down the flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And that's the keeper's ball.
Barcelona clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Skims one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And a shot! And again, though. And again! Oh, good finish! And this is getting better and better. That was a given. It always was.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Davids makes a dash for it. Nesta clears.
Shevchenko really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
That's a good run down the left. Van der Ven spots it and intercepts. Rijkaard. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. It's a pretty loose pass. Dixon. And it's Gerrard. And here's Shevchenko. And this is Ronaldinho. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Now this could be a chance. Nicely aimed pass. And here's Neymar, Roberto Carlos. Well, that looks a decent ball. That's going to go a long way. And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Saviola. Rijkaard makes the interception.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Now it's Shevchenko. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Pele. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Ronaldinho. Seedorf gives no quarter whatsoever. Well, played right into his path. Gerrard. Now it's Eto'o. And no, that was never going to make it. That's an imaginative pass. Floated through. That's good play. Played in. Ronaldinho. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. It's Pele! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, it was a bit complacent there, I thought, Peter. Maybe he thinks the game is already won.
And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Senhoras e senhores, o telão está exibindo o boletim informativo da Polícia Local.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go. Andrei Shevchenko, Jim, European Player of the Year, League winner, European champion, the top scorer in Italy on more than one occasion. It's an extraordinary list of achievements.
It certainly is. He really...
And the shot! It's a goal! Now it's Gerrard.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
A header! He will be livid with himself. It's a searching pass, but he's made sure that's not getting through. Now it's Ronaldinho. It's a pretty loose pass. Rijkaard.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
Ronaldinho. Good purposeful running this. Gerrard. Now it's Neymar. We expected better, and so did he. Ronaldinho. And here's Del Piero. And the shot! And he's there to belt it away. And here's Ronaldinho! Baresi tries to clear. Now it's Hazard.
It's been pretty high-tempo stuff from the off here, Peter. A good show of intent, I would say.
Gets a good foot in there. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Neymar. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Seedorf is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Good running, strong and purposeful. And now the breakaway.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Decent chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Cleared away. It's Roberto Carlos! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. It's their second corner of the game. Oh, he's been caught napping. And now they can spring out of defence. Platini looking to receive it in space. Hazard picks it up out wide. Rijkaard. So what can they make of this? And it's Ronaldinho. Nicely shaped ball. And this is Shevchenko. Shevchenko! It is a fantastic goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And there is your opener! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to one...
And Del Piero! And that's another fine save.
Del Piero really can't believe it, foiled by the keeper again.
Now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Neymar. Oh, Red, nice interception.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
And the pass is intercepted. Seedorf.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Now it's Shevchenko, and this is Ronaldinho. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And this is Gerrard. Ronaldinho, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And the through ball. Shot could be on.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now it's Del Piero. This looks promising. Ball swung in. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. And this is Shevchenko. Now it's Ronaldinho. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Gerrard. Gerrard has the space to scheme. Can he latch on to this? He's onside! The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. The team separated by the tiniest of margins. There's the header! And that's a sharp finish. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Gerrard. That's an imaginative pass. It's a goal kick. Oh, good spread. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Platini is always scanning the pitch for targets. Chiellini finding himself in space. Great vision. Gerrard.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Chiellini promptly onto that, and that is that. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, no joy this time.
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
And that has left him in a heap. Roberto Carlos is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Neymar, and he's being shifted off it. Now it's Platini. Referee's given a throw. And here's Platini. Chiellini has it out wide and in space.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Driving forward. Now it's Ronaldinho. And here's Shevchenko. Ronaldinho takes a shot! It's loose. In he goes again! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end. Pele, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Gerrard. Dixon. Gerrard. He's on it, can he get away? Threads one in, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Tries to pass it through. Neymar finds himself offside.
Substituição no time do Santos.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Camisa 13, camisa 5, camisa
Somewhat off
2,
target.
camisa 6.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour.
Ronaldinho.
Desai makes the interception.
Para a entrada de
Maldini.
Camisa 20.
Can he get on the end of this?
Camisa 8.
And it's Maldini.
Camisa 17.
Suarez has it in a wide position.
Camisa 24.
And he's taking no chances there.
Substituição.
Santos really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Can he finish? And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Suarez has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
And now they can spring out of defence. Now that's well seen too. Now it's Batistuta.
This is the time you need that pace.
Desai kept his eye on it, and he's there. And they're quick to get it back. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Luis Suarez. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. That's a good ball out wide. Now it's Yamal.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Platini. Nicely weighted ball. Thuram cuts out the pass. The final 5 minutes. He's in plenty of space here.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Kaká. And that's been won straight back. Looking for options for movement. Roberto Carlos delivers. Schmeichel deals with that nice and simple.
2 minutos de acréscimo. Teremos uma substituição.
Pele. Seedorf. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. And that is the last of the action. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they... Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big, big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too, such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponent alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there, and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence.
Ah, that's a fine interception. And it's Koeman. Ronaldinho providing an outlet on that flank. There's the shot! And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Very nicely done. And this is Oh, shooting chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. He's a sharp little... Shevchenko! They've scored!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Truly superb, a goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
So, a breakthrough already. Baresi. Now Howson. Baresi. Beckenbauer. Alexander-Arnold. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now it's Ronaldinho. Nice looking ball. He won't be happy with that one. And it's De Bruyne. That'll do under the circumstances.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Oh, the ball's run loose here. Roberto Carlos. Distributed tidily. And he's picked it up out wide. Koeman, renowned for his long-range shooting. It's a pretty loose pass. Over to the other side. That has not gone well. Not the most accurate pass. Beckenbauer. Scholes is always looking to break lines. No way through. Looking for options for movement. Oh, some tackle that. Ronaldinho. Scholes. Koeman demonstrating his defensive quality there. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. And this is Stoichkov. Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. Mbappe, he's picked his way through. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent, it's almost personal, and it had to be. Beckenbauer wins the duel this time. Roberto Carlos. Now Howson. Serginho. Neither of these two want to come off second best, and he's intervened well there. And it's Kubo. Silvestre. And it's Xabi Alonso. De Bruyne. Kubo.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Ronaldinho producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And he's managed to gift it back. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Ronaldinho. Serginho in acres of space out wide. That's put paid to the danger. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Ronaldinho. Xabi Alonso. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Ronaldinho receives it in a wide position. Now it's Mbappe. Zanetti cuts it out. Koeman. And it's Xabi Alonso. Ronaldinho. And the referee has blown for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. Down to business again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible.
And Shevchenko has fallen kindly here. Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Zanetti. Mbappe was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. Scholes. Neuer. And that's another good win of the ball. And here's the chance to counter. Roberto Carlos. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Now Mbappe. Beckenbauer. That has ended up in no man's land. Goes down, but nothing given. And he is dashing away. Delicate ball. Oh, good effort! And no mistake!
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Serginho. And there's his chance to lead the counter. No, it's come to nothing. And now they can clear their lines. Zanetti calmly anticipates. Now that looks a decent ball. Ronaldinho. Decent chance! And it's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running. Oh, he's been caught on it here. He's shifting through the gears here. Finds himself. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. A big, deep breath. No, he's missed it!
Oh, Peter, I'm not a great reader of body language, but I didn't like the way he walked up to that.
Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Zanetti. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Aims beyond the defence, tries to dink it through. Silvestre. Looking for the run. Mbappe. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep, cross to the back post.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Zanetti gets across to intercept that. That's a good ball out wide. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Succumbs to the pressure. Now it's Kubo. It's a really well-measured ball. Opts to play it back. Alonso. Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, nice touch.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
No, that's been intercepted.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Pass somewhat off target.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
2 minutes to be added on. Not much subtlety about that challenge. And it's Xabi Alonso. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, that was vital. And that is it. And that's it. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
Struck first time. He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now it's Pato. And it's Scholes. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Carvajal did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Neuer can clear it away. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Played into space.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Pato's selection here is, of course, entirely logical. There are so very many looking forward to seeing him here.
Couldn't agree more, Peter, when you consider how much he brings to the table. We all know about his qualities on the ball, but what I like in particular are his two signature moves, the diagonal runs he makes into the box at full pace, and then the runs he makes out wide, stretching defences. If he's allowed to do that, his impact could be massive.
Well, his talent level is boundless. He is a boy with bounce in his step. He's picked his way through. No, that's overhit. Zanetti. And this is Pato. Neymar finds himself offside. That's very disappointing, it has to be said. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Pato going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, that's fabulous. The defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Carvajal spots it and intercepts. He has found the way through. Now there's a shooting chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. That is a great pick out. Maldini makes the interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
He's in plenty of space here. And here's Pato. Here's a chance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Now it's Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that's a simple one for the keeper. Decent chance! Gerrard. Zanetti. Alexander-Arnold wins the duel this time. Pato. Alexander-Arnold. Zanetti eases the ball away from him. He's found a way past. Delivers the ball.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Oh, good-looking ball. And this is Messi. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Pedri. Now it's Neymar. And he's been shifted off it. Scholes is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And here's Messi. And that's really well manoeuvred. Tries to pass it through. And he opts to go forward. Moved on forwards. Van der Ven cuts it out. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Zanetti. And it's Pato. Pato! And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So very little to report. Nothing, indeed, in terms of goals scored.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition. Something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. So off we go again. So neither side has yet broken through. Now it's Messi. Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. Baresi. Could be danger here. He's shifting through the gears here. Ronaldinho. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Ronaldinho. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Bellingham, who is rarely short on confidence. Ronaldinho. Zanetti. Carvajal. Well, that looks a decent ball. Mohamed Salah, he's got away. Corner it is. Flamengo have their second corner now. It's going across goal.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Van der Ven gets it away. Flamengo appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well timed, excellent interception. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Oh, terrible miss. Shoots! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Flamengo are looking to go forward now. That's good running with the ball. And this is Neymar. Neymar, he's through on goal here. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. So perhaps now the breakthrough. And Neuer pulls off a sensational save. Corner number 3 coming up. They've played it short. And it's Carvajal. He's having a hit! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Carvajal actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Flamengo get their 4th corner. Carvajal. Pedri has got himself a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former.
Neymar! It's a loose ball. And it's Bellingham. Pato. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Tries to play it through.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And he's managed to get free.
Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
And he's intervened well there. Sends it crossfield. Now he's off and running. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Zanetti. Oh, strongly challenged there. Not the most accurate pass. Gerrard. Oh, he's found support out wide. And this is Shevchenko. Looking for the far post.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Pato. He is through here. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. And no, that was never going to make it. Deftly away. Nicely shaped ball. He's found space here. Big chance! Off the post. That's really nicely played. And again!
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Nicely weighted ball. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Aimed beyond the defence. And it's Pedri. Gerrard. Knocks it into space. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Gerrard. Searching pass he's played there. Mohamed Salah in acres of space out wide. That's put paid to the danger. That's that, the end. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So off we go then. Well, versatility and work rate have always been the strengths of Darren Fletcher, but he's done all of that in the face down the years of some doubters, Jim.
Yeah, he was criticised when playing in more offensive roles for giving the ball away a little too often and poor positional sense, Peter, but it became pretty apparent he was better suited to a deeper role, a holding midfielder, a box-to-box player.
Yes, and he gets a lot of praise from the people who matter, that's to say his teammates. Distributed tidily, and it's Maradona. Well, that's well seen too. Now it's Hazard. And here's Ronaldinho. Now, can they get him away? He has a look up. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. This for 1-0. Just one winner. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
Gol marcado pelo jogador aos 10 minutos do primeiro tempo pelo jogador camisa 23.
Italy finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Maradona. It'll be a throw-in. Gerrard. The ball is loose and the chase is on. That's a good ball out wide, and that was asking for too much. Pele going after that. Aldair makes the interception. Well, that's surely a foul, free kick. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Oh, that's a waste.
Well, that was just asking too much of himself from there.
And it's Hazard. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Oh, good-looking ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Italy clearly should have gone for the easier path.
Oh, what a mistake! And he's managed to get free. Pele. Showing good feet. Roberto Carlos receives it in a wide position. Roberto Carlos is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Played out towards the right wing. Zanetti cuts out the pass. It's a really well-measured ball.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Pele! That's really well cleared. Hazard. Howson is always looking to break lines. Now it's Mbappe. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Cafu. And it's hoisted clear. Italy with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he's there to clear it. And now they can spring out of defence. Cafu. Oh, that's a key interception. Howson. Cafu. Now that looks a decent ball. Baresi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now.
Pretty robust defending.
Mbappe! And he can clear it away. And it's with the keeper. Hazard. Roberto Carlos. Oh, cracking ball. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Zanetti. He's a sharp little ball here. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. And he plays one through. It's Maradona! And he's really put himself on the line here. This is their second corner of the game. Oh, shooting chance! And it's in! Italy are back in business! Best at his razor-sharp best there.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And he's quick to snatch it back. Varane calmly anticipates. And that brings the first half to a close. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. But it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. Italy get the second half started. Aldair, and the pass is intercepted. And it's Ronaldinho. Rummenigge. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Gerrard. Totti. Looking for options for movement. And that was very necessary. Totti, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. He's gone for goal! Oh, that was no routine save.
Totti actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Italy have their third corner. Mbappe! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Italy have it back and can go again. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. The ball has bounced loose now. And it's Totti. Knocks it into space. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
He has found a way through. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. He's found a way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pele needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That is ended up in no man's land. Seedorf. Now it's Hazard. Could move up a gear here. Ronaldinho in acres of space out wide. Roberto Carlos picks it up from the goal kick. Gerrard shifted it to the flank. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Ronaldinho. He's in plenty of space here. Oh no, what has happened? Decent chance! And that's a tidy finish. Into the lead once more. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Oh, what has happened here? Cafu. Howson. Half an hour gone in the second half. Totti will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, there's the clearance. And the counter is on. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And they've got a throw.
Substituição em campo. Camisa 10. Ronaldinho. Camisa 9. Camisa 23. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 22.
Baresi.
Camisa 7. Camisa 11.
Nedved. Seedorf is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And he cuts out the supply. Has a look and plays it forward. Great defending, strong and determined. I think we're just about done here. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Look at the space here.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Just eases him off the ball. He's shifting through the gears here. That has been cut short. That's destined for the flank. And here's Count. Threads one in. Neymar! He lifts the roof! beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across?
And that is that. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good...
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. And we're underway. Now then, this man really is a legend, perhaps the legend, a revolutionary, the father of a philosophy. He is, of course, Jim, Johan Cruyff.
We'd have no total football without him, Peter. No tiki-taka either.
One of the best of all time. Some say the best, and certainly one of the most influential.
Without a doubt, pure class.
Oh, easy pickings there. Neymar in acres of space out wide. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Griezmann, good purposeful running this. Here's a chance! He lifts the roof! A breakthrough! So late in the day! Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
So, a breakthrough already. It's a pretty loose pass. Now, can they get him away? That pass has been well intercepted. And it's Totti. And no, he's seen through all of that. Barcelona leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Now that looks a decent ball. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Neymar, great vision. Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival. Neymar. First quarter of an hour gone. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Barcelona currently a goal to the good, and with the lion's share of the ball. That is good alertness. Neymar. Oh, we expected better, and so did he.
Barcelona always looking for runners up front here.
Yeah, it is a regular tactic of theirs.
Yeah, it can make life really tough for you from a defensive point of view, having to constantly be on guard with people trying to get in behind.
He'll fancy himself from here.
Well, it's quite simple. They have the best man for the job on it.
Griezmann! Ajax with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And it's been taken short. Crosses it in. Ajax have their second corner now. And now a sudden chance to counter. Mateus, Cannavaro gets over and intercepts. Totti. And it's Griezmann. He won't be happy with that one. Neymar. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cannavaro showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Cannavaro. Oh, there's a probing ball. And here's Cruyff. He's had it taken off him. Messi, very much a man of this moment. Messi ventures forward. He's being chased here by an unwelcome guest. Dixon. Alcantara. And Zanetti. And it's Neymar. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Neymar. Griezmann. Played out wide. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. That's a throw. Nicely weighted ball. Baresi makes the interception. Neymar. Messi. Griezmann. Van Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Schneider. Beckenbauer, a true great in every sense of the word. Driving on and making good progress. No foul, says the referee. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Neymar. Neymar and a header! And that's a good finish. And this is getting better and better. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into...
That's the end of the first 45.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Barcelona firmly in control at the break. 2-0 the scoreline.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
So, into the second half. And they win it back again. Mateus. Totti. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's picked his way through.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
He's in plenty of space here. Van Dijk. Neymar. Dani Olmo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? This looks promising. Schneider. And Dani Olmo. Ajax have it back and can go again. Dani Olmo! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Ajax have their third corner. Schneider plays it short. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. That has been cut short. Schneider. Dani Olmo. Griezmann. Neymar. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Messi does have his name on the score sheet, of course.
Asciende a 96.847 espectadores.
Looking for the run.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Bastoni gets it away. Can he finish? Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Griezmann goes short. Space for him to turn and look. And it's Neymar. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Cruyff. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Dixon. Now it's Griezmann. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. Great ball if he can get there. It's Neymar! Neymar.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Cruyff. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Mateus. He is through here! Griezmann. Just a quarter of an hour to play. That's a promising position. Oh, it's come loose! Referee has just said play on. In with the challenge.
Well, the margins are fine, but this is...
Decent chance! Well taken goal. And they are dragging it back. Game on again. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one.
Marcó en el minuto 79 el dorsal 27. Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 8. El dorsal
So we have
18.
movement on both benches.
Serán sustituidos por
Ajax
el
cut
dorsal
their
14.
deficit and look
Lampard.
raring to go
El
again.
dorsal 19.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Oh, he's having a go! And that would have been game, set and match.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And it's been hooked away. Yamal, Cannavaro does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Yamal, now it's Neymar. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Foot in, and he plays one through. A quick look, thought about cutting inside.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
It is a corner. It's their second corner of the game. Griezmann with the short one. Griezmann. Rivaldo does really well there. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this,